Oh, hey, hi, hello. I'm over here, but I'm over here. Um, Welcome on in. We're gonna be cameras a little off until Warren gets here, but he's currently fighting a creature, as he put it. His words, not mine. But we're gonna go around the room, introduce who we're gonna be playing, and get started this evening. And we'll go with me first because I'm not eating food in front of a camera.
I swallowed.
Heard. Uh, Hi, I'm playing Karmer, the kobold sorcerer of the shadow variety. Donnie.
Hold on. I'm playing Ira Bashamer, the artificer, artillerist, warforged. That's everything about me.
Beautiful.
Everything.
Everything. Travis.
I am playing Arturus, the Tiefling Wizard. I cast darkness when I get sad and need a safe place to process my thoughts.
Dude, same. And or fire. If I can't see the fire, it doesn't exist.
It's true.
Matt, take us away.
Oh, my foot just fell asleep. Hold on. Okay.
That's me casting magic on you. So
Oh,
don't feel us-
It's casting the
Nah.
sleep spell.
the magic tangles. Yeah, too much HP, but just my foot starts to fall asleep.
Exactly.
Alrighty. So last time on D&D, you guys were in the heart of the Crypt Garden Forest in this druidic grove / clearing that housed the body of an ancient green dragon skeleton. You were able to stop the ritual put on by the cult of the dragon, led by a half dragon named Seer. You were able to find out that they were trying to teleport this or teleport these remains for some type of reason. You did have one captive. Well, you did have one fighter who surrendered at the end of the fight, realizing that it was over. That you were kind of on the fence of whether you should kill, whether you should let go. But after some conversations, you found out that they were once enslaved to a black dragon in the High Moor, pretty far south of here. But Seer was able to come destroy the dragon and free them from captivity. But as they, and I believe as Arturus even saw while detecting their thoughts and digging deeper into them, saw Seer kind of absorb whatever raw draconic power from this freshly slain corpse and just kind of take it in. They were in the Crypt Garden Forest specifically on the look for this massive dragon and dragon soul with the well, yeah, you really hadn't gotten that far what their exact plans were, but you can assume that maybe they were just trying to absorb it, gain the power from this ancient green dragon, and continue on to whatever plans they had. It was prophesized that once the comet came, that would be the end of the world, the what is to come. Seems like as they were here deep in this forest, they didn't realize kind of what had gone on outside of here for the past, few weeks. But after much conversation and contemplation, you did decide to let this dragonborn go. And they seem to kind of head off, lead in a separate direction away from where the keep was. Axel and Daroth went to recover the body of the newly slain adult or young green dragon and kind of bring its remains to these clearings in hopes that maybe once this decays, decompose, whatever magic that the skeleton was giving off or absorbing would would happen again. Seeing as the only way to kind of restore whatever magic was in it would be to put some dragon soul back into this one, and I don't think you guys really have the means of doing that. So as they went to go retrieve that body, some treants helped out. They noticed that the fireball from the previous battle had died down, and the forest was still smoldering, although it was at no risk of spreading fire or anything like that. As you guys were kind of just resting, lounging around, the druids helped dig a body dig a grave for Finkin's body. And as that was happening, Cormir had received a sending spell message asking about his current mission into the Dwarven Ruins. We'll go ahead and pick up as Fenkin's body is laid to rest. The dirt has been covered back over the resting place. Within the little clutch, or right close to where the dragon lies, Weird will start to stand over the plot and just start to tell you all a story about the time that he and Fenkin first met, some of their journeys that they went through fighting will-o-wisps in Weird's, homewood next to the city of Neverwinter. Saying that, Fenkin, even though they had a small nose, still was able to kind of sniff out the weird, the fey, or whatever prey that they were hunting. And then kind of look around and ask either Axel or Daroth to go ahead and give them some final words to they would like to believe that Fenkin's soul spirit has gone on, but after seeing what they saw when Fenkin died, they don't know if they can believe that. But either way, Daroth will go ahead and give a little bit of a prayer, more or less, talking about the nature of life ends, life begins, and now that Fenkin has been returned to the earth, that just gives the energy back to hopefully sprout something new someday. With that, Dareth will look around to you, the rest of the group. Well, got about 2 hours till sunset. Did we want to call it for the night or press on? It's up to you.
I think it might
Yes, we
be
should.
wise to rest for the evening.
Let's gather our things and prepare for the morrow. And
Very
what
well.
exactly are we doing tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow we'll finish up whatever's left from the cult. You guys should be safe to sleep here throughout the night. I've got a little bit more energy in me, so I'll make some patrols, see if I notice any scouting parties, leaving parties, and let you know what I find in the morrow or sooner if the need arises.
We let that cultist go, didn't we?
Yes, with his halberd.
Mm-hmm.
Should have questioned that cultist before we released them.
We did. Like,
Did we get floor plans, or can we? Can we retcon that, or what kind of information we get from him?
So from him, just kind of some background information on Seer, how they found him. You were able to find out that Seer does. He's not acting alone in whatever grand design is going on. There seems to be some type of orders. As far as specifics, it seems that the soldier didn't really have too much information on like the plan, so to speak. Seer more or less spoken prophetic language. Did you have any specifics that you wanted to ask?
No, I remember we asked if he had like not an office, but like where was he was keeping his anything he might have left behind, and then the cultist said that he probably would have taken everything with him before he left, right?
Yeah, from yeah, they didn't really stay in one spot too much. They've just kind of moved around with this little sect kind of as needed, wherever they would find the next dragon soul or, whatever Seer needed to gain power.
So he didn't have a room at the when we were interrogating that cultist. I was wondering. We were discussing if it was like worth storming the fort or not, or if we should go to the meteor now that we know that's part of dragon thing. And it sounded like Seer has already hightailed it out, so we weren't sure if attacking the rest of the cultists was worth it. Ira wanted to go, but I thought there was some dissent.
As far as I'm aware of, everyone sort of decided that it was probably the better idea to at least, because the fact that there was like an uprising inside the keep between some followers, that he'd probably be like cleaning out house and seeing who the traitor was inside of there that let the druid go, as well as then like clearing his stuff and making sure that there's no one to follow or anything like that. Was our idea, at least from what I remember. Cormer is very much here for making sure these cultists don't make it out of this forest, though.
Yes, I would like to see these cultists. Nowhere else, frankly. I think they should stay here in the ground where we leave their bodies. And perhaps this ruin has some connection to the dwarven ruins ground.
It's a good possibility. The keep could be a first stop or a guard station, as it were, for the large city below.
Yeah, I keep calling this a ruin, but I know a keep. But is it an old keep? I would imagine it's in use in this forest.
I mean, it's in use right now by the Cult of the Dragon.
Not by like,
no, this would be another ancient elven stronghold. So hasn't been used in at least a millennia, as far as if not longer. So it probably rivals the age of the ruins itself. However, not underground.
Oh, also, you said it was Elvish stronghold?
Correct.
Versus a dwarvish city?
Correct.
Is there a firefight here between the elves and the dwarves?
Elves and the dwarves and the druids down low.
Only an archaeologist can uncover. I'm going to start setting up camp regardless. So Ira's actually going to pull out a fold-out table and roll out the parchment and start doing some cartography and start a battle plan before dusk.
Gotcha. Dayroth will kind of offer some insight on at least the basic layout of the stronghold, saying that there is the surrounding walls, a main structure that stands beyond a large circular garden, and then a few smaller. He didn't get a good close look, but knowing the area, they were probably some type of catacombs where they would have some of their dead. So he kind of gives you at least that kind of basic layout.
We know how long it'll take to march there.
March there, probably 2.5, 3 hours.
And are the druids able to explain where can we access the fort from? North, south, east, west. There's like a gate on the north side or something like that. And let's
There is the main gate that lies on the south part of it. However, it's due to the age of it, it's permanently ajar and open, and there's probably crumbles or like exposed spots throughout the walls. So any direction kind of would work. From what he didn't really see too much of the plan, so he doesn't know their patrols or their layout or kind of what their internal structure was as far as defenses goes. But as far as the weaknesses, he seems like they could make it work.
as I was, to the best of our abilities, drawing out this map where we are, where the keep is, putting little notes there, and pictures of trees where there might be trees and rocks. We
Don't
have a
forget the
count.
fog. Yeah.
Fog. The fog of war. I scribble over the whole thing.
Dang.
I'm just smoking the whole time right next to the map. Just
Let's put a knife right there in the keep and say, "This is our target, but we're severely outnumbered. We have a count of 20 or more cultists. I mean, how many have we already taken down? At least 10. This is the home field advantage. Perhaps could we devise a way to distract half the group, or we might have to sneak in? Thoughts?"
I'm concerned. Maybe it's not even concerned, might be the incorrect term. But I'm also interested if maybe no one will be there. If Seer failed, it's a possibility he goes back and see who's loyal, takes his loyal cultist and leaves for a different target, a different dragon that he may know about. So this place might be completely empty. Something also to think about. If they don't, they might have only been here and held up in the keep as a temporary place of rest while they completed their mission of finding this dragon bones.
Yeah, that was the dissent I thought we had earlier.
I mean, I still think it's worth checking. I just think that we should also be prepared that there's no one there.
So how long ago did we fight Seer? It couldn't have been that long.
Well, it's time it
Hour
took
or
to
two?
go get the dragon, kind of rest up a little bit. Yeah, I'd say at least 2 hours.
At least 2 hours.
So he's probably
So,
just now getting to
if
the
he-
keep, or if he went there.
Well, he teleported away. I don't know if they're
Yeah.
teleported that far. I mean, what CR is he, right?
I mean, I know he used Dimension Door, which is only like a 60-foot teleport, so he's not
He's
doing
over
that
there.
well.
There he is.
He's still behind the trees, just looking.
But let's just assume instantaneous transmission, and he got to the keep. But 2 hours, they couldn't have gotten far. If we could send some druid scouts or something to see if there's any activity in a 2-hour radius of the keep. 2 hours of big radius, or relative to the size
Pretty.
of this forest?
Ooh.
And yet, and then imagine the directions they might go.
And
They'd
it's
probably go south towards Waterdeep.
well, it's also if they don't have a druid, I think it was difficult terrain for us. Like it took us like difficult times. So realistically, you're looking at like
Shambling mounds would also be a problem.
an hour. Again, that makes even more sense. He's not even there yet. I honestly think he teleported just outside of our site and began his journey there. And then that's also me having assumptions that he doesn't know his way around this forest well enough. But from what I've seen of the forest and us needing a guide, it's good to say he might not even be there or have like another 45 minutes before he even arrives at the keep.
Fact is, we've lost 2 hours, and we're going to rest another 2 hours. So we're looking at a 12-hour head start for Seer, but he's also got to rest. But 12 hours isn't that much. We could still guess. We could storm the keep, see if there's anything there. If we're wrong, we'll leave immediately and start walking towards, unless we pick up on any other leads. I mean, a large troop might leave some tracks in the shrubbery.
I just know they've also had
Pick up a lead
a
and walk faster.
the druids also had a very long day as well, and I think not only do we deserve some rest, but they do as well.
We must rest. I cannot fight in our condition.
Agreed. I think the druid scouts could be beneficial, but I wouldn't want to ask them on a day of losing one of their own and as well as losing a place they found sacred.
Druids don't scout these woods for us. They risk losing much more than a handful of other druids.
Possible. I just know that I think her name was Louvre was pretty spent on her abilities to shape different forms. I don't know what our other friends have capabilities left within them for the remaining of the day as well, especially if they also fought.
Well, we'll see what we can manage. If it must wait till the morning, they can scout ahead of us while we march on. They'll rendezvous, in that case, while we march our path, give us the information we need. While marching, we'll decide the best course of action.
I don't know what rendezvous means, but yes, I think that's good.
We'll meet up halfway.
Oh, yes, that is good.
Agreed. And I'll look at Axel. You, Paladin, what was your name? Axel? Arturus? Of course, I remember you.
Seems sort of messed up.
I'm on board. I think it's hard to predict what they're going to do, so this plan covers multiple options. I think it's a good one.
Who knows what those ruins, secret that keep holds. Either presently useful information or some hidden artifacts. You never know. You said it was elvish. Ta-ta!
Yes, good.
Yeah, I guess with that, I'm off to bed.
Do we need dinner? Something up?
No, I'd say rations were provided. And by rations, I mean, what's actually natural in the forest. I believe there was still maybe some venison meat around that Red was able to take care of yesterday at this point.
Yeah.
All right.
And we
Lice seems that real
also
good.
who
Handy dandy spice pouch.
Handy dandy.
was it? Arturus who got the bag of goodies?
We gave that to Axel.
Axel.
Axel
We
is
got-
holding a bag of goodies. So you do have
Of
a
Feywild goodies.
Yep, a few different types of flowers, some stems, some stalks of what was kind of scavenged.
We're gonna go on a Fey ayahuasca trip.
Yeah, it's possible.
That sounds
I've made 3 teas.
That sounds
Pick your poison. I don't know what any
horrifying.
of them do.
That sounds worse than the normal trip itself, but to the Feywild is you'll get stuck there for years in your mind.
Actually, I probably could identify some of those with a herbalism kit, right?
You
Whatever.
could certainly try.
You got a better
Use
shot
my
than I
all-purpose tool. Is it herbalism? Is that the kit name?
That's a kit name. Yeah, I believe
That's
so.
a kit.
That's a kit, yeah. Fenkin
Yeah.
was good
Herbalism
with.
kit.
I guess he had alchemist tools, not herbalism.
Yeah,
I'll use my
well,
all-purpose tool to create an herbalism kit, granting me proficiency.
Nice.
Like me to roll something
alright, yeah.
to identify these random herbs. Are they going to kill us?
So you've got your herbalism kit out, some clippers, mortar and pestle, some pouches and vials. So you kind of just get everything kind of laid out. As Axel just dumps the bag out in front of you. Go ahead and make an intelligence check and add your proficiency modifier.
That seems pretty good for an artificer.
I actually got expertise
Or
level 6. Are we leveled up yet? Or we got to wait for a long rest?
no, you're leveled up now.
That's 22.
Nice.
25 with expertise.
Double.
Perfect.
Nice.
Alrighty. So with that, you are able to make out some of these kind of darker, more exotic flowers. You believe that you could probably get them into some type of elixir. It wouldn't necessarily be like an antitoxin or a potion of healing, but for some of these, you don't know the exact results it would have, but you can tell it wouldn't be harmful to you. Some of them could allow you to trip. Some of them could be used in some more potent potions, like potions of invisibility, potions of haste, things of that type of nature. And then some of them could, like a wild magic themselves, could give you, just depending on who drinks it, some type of buff.
Okay, so hold on. That was how many flowers did we grab?
It's probably like 7 different types in total.
Okay, well they all seem pretty useful. So, yeah, I'll start holding these up. These ones have some sort of psychoactive effect. Not sure how it would affect the individual. Might be interesting for later. This one, these are very common ingredients for haste potions or other things like that. These ones are perfectly edible. I'm not sure how they taste. Probably bitter. Yeah. So, do we want to go on a trip before night of fighting?
I
Just
don't.
kidding. Not twice.
Okay, thank God. As he just takes this big sigh of relief. I'm gonna go rest. And Cormir will go actually like into the darkness a bit. where his outline is barely seeable. Trying to stay as far away as from the fire as he can without like actively distancing himself away from the group.
Alrighty. Cormio finds a comfortable spot for them to set up for the night. Weird will go ahead and start pitching their tent, and they kind of set up a little bit quickly just so they can provide some music and ambiance for everyone else for the rest of the night. Anything special anyone wants to do before we take a long rest?
If I were to create a potion out of one of those flowers, is that something I can do now, or do I need a formula or other things? Or
So you would probably need more than just these flowers alone to get it, but these would be kind of like the key ingredients, more or less.
Cool. I'm going to take one of the dragon teeth, whatever I stole off that dragon corpse.
Yeah, which is now next to you if you wanted to try to extract some of those sacks.
Well, what I was going to do, and if time allotted, I'll also do some extraction. I'm going to chisel out a ring out of bone. I'll just have a bone ring.
Ring of bone. Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll.
I can use
Say a survival. Using your tools, then you can go ahead and roll with advantage, as I assume someone will help you.
Okay. Yeah, I can use like wood carver's tools. That might be relevant. That is. Do you want me to use the expertise from the tools?
Yeah.
That was just a wisdom. That was just a survival check, which did. I think 17. Yeah. I'll just add expertise. 17.
So 17. And are you just going for the bones, and at this point in time, from one of the teeth?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to?
I already had the teeth. I had them in my bag from the first time we. That's all I could grab, manage.
Gotcha,
And I'm just gonna size a ring for my finger.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do that. All right, whittle it down. It's little crude, nothing intricate, nothing perfect, but it fits. That's the most important part.
Okay. How much time would it take? Can I still fit in a long rest if I go extract those poisons?
Go extract everything. I'd say
I
that's
only need 6 hours if that helps.
Yeah, true. I'd say it's only it's you could probably extract some things in 2 hours worth of time if you wanted to try to get more out of these dragon, or at least the sacks. Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, I have some empty vials on me, so if I can just get, there's a potent poison in there. I'll get
All right.
as many vials like I have 4 vials.
Sure thing. All right, go ahead and just roll one more survival check for those. You can go ahead and add your proficiency. And then Weird will help you out with this one.
What's Weird helping out with? What's that, a G6?
That's advantage.
Okay. That's a 20 and a 13. 20.
All right. Or dirty or natural?
30.
Dirty 20. Okay. That is what you need. So you are able to get, I'll say, you can't really extract the sacks themselves, but you're able to at least get to it where it starts to seep out. And as this yellow liquid drops in, it immediately starts to evaporate into this cloud. So you have to kind of, keep your head. Well, not you. Weird will have to keep their head back so they don't inhale this deadly fume. But you're able to get 2 vials of dragon green dragon toxin.
2 vials of green dragon toxin. Do I know what that does?
Throw it at someone. Find out.
No, you can test it.
I'll test it. Do a
All
little
right.
dab on my tongue
Ow.
of my metallic bark. Pieces of bark just sticks.
Well, is it a gaseous form or is it
So
liquid?
right now-
Bottle of gas.
So yeah, they were able to. I mean, the bottle is full of gas, but you still 3/4 of it liquid, but then the rest of it is filled with that gas.
Yeah, I imagine like a alembic or not an alembic, a graduated cylinder with some
Yeah,
green clouds billowing out of it.
as someone who got
Whatever it
hit
is,
by
I'll
that.
inhale or take a little
Pain.
drop. Not enough to dose me, but enough to
So-
taste.
So yeah, it looks like you would get the this would not necessarily wouldn't be considered acid, but it would be poisoned. So if you take a little dip of it, you start to feel a little I don't know really exactly what it does to your form. But it would do some type of poison damage and then kind of leave them with the poison condition for a certain amount of rounds.
Perfect. Cork those bottles. They weren't doing anything. This dragon's not like in a ritual circle for like. I imagine the druids over by this dead dragon praying, trying to extract the magic for it. It's like, excuse me, my turn. I've been waiting all day for this.
Just start harvesting.
No, you look around for the druids. Daeroth isn't there. Louvre is just kind of sitting next to the burial plot where Fenkin was just buried, just kind of looking around at the dragon. You can tell she's holding something in her hands. If you get a good look at it, some type of green glass dagger that you don't think she had on her before. But she doesn't seem to be paying too much attention to what you guys are doing. Or yeah, what you and Weird are doing to the new dragon that was drug into this clearing.
I'll give the druid some space. But am I able to tell if that dagger is magical from seeing it?
From this distance, no,
runes
you
written on it?
can't make it out. Definitely not made out of like a typical metal, that's for sure. But can't tell if it's magical, enchanted, or anything of the nature.
All right. Time to pack it up. Going to bed. Shutting down.
Alrighty, as you enter your stasis for the night, everyone it gets the benefit of a long rest, but throughout the night, you hear Weird kind of mumbling to himself, tossing, turning like they're having a bad dream, and you kind of notice Weird. Well, I guess, Axel, Arturus, I'll say you're able to notice Weird kind of get up and just kind of walk away. Ira, you're able to at least track them a little bit as your kind of stasis sees their vision as they just kind of go over somewhere, hands to their heads as they kind of shake off a little bit, and then eventually they'll kind of disappear into the fog.
That was weird.
That was weird.
That
It was strange, yeah.
That is
That was-
weird.
But as
yeah.
morning comes, it's probably pretty early, maybe around 6 a.m. at this point, as you guys kind of called it a little early for the night. You do hear the sounds of birds chirping. You don't feel like kind of the eerie silence as this place so often gives. Weird has not returned, though.
Awakening from my stasis, seeing people starting to get out of their tents or bedrolls wherever they were sleeping. Yeah, whoever's first out. When they look perplexed at not noticing weird, I'll share what I saw of the shadowy weird walking through the woods. Looking for the goblin? That way.
Shadowy, weird.
Shadowy. Isn't it ethereal?
He just walked into. I mean, it was still weird look normal, but
Oh.
as they were walking away, they just kind of disappeared into the fog of the forest.
I heard something ethereally from it. But I didn't want to disturb my rest.
Foreshadow.
My full health is more important.
True.
Turris, does that mean anything to you?
Not that I can think of, unless I can make a check.
Does anybody have? Is anybody any good at all at tracking? With weirdly footprints.
I mean, it's also just possible that they needed time, right? I mean, they just lost their close compatriot just a couple days ago.
I'm just glad my throat didn't get slit in the middle of the night.
Why would it have been slit in the middle of the night?
It's a good question. It really is.
They were a goblin. You can't really always trust their kind.
I mean, you could trust their kind as much as you trust my kind.
True.
Right.
But we're all still
Weird's
here,
not
so
the
you're.
kind to set off alone. Typically,
I reckon we could follow the tracks, although, goblin tracks are notoriously hard to track. They're light creatures. Perhaps they did just need to mourn, and they didn't quite look like a veteran of battle. They had got a little bit of a what's it called? Cold shoulder? No, right?
Cold feet, yeah.
Cold
Cold
feet?
something.
Something wet toes, wet socks. They got the wet sock.
I
never want the wet socks before going to bed.
don't know what that means. And also, I just realized that none of us probably have solid wisdom.
I have proficiency in survival. I could try to track.
I don't want to.
Fortunately, I don't know if there's any tools that do
that.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely, Axel would be like, "We got to go find Weird," but I fully realize it's not the right move at the moment.
I mean, is it possible that they went in the way of the keep?
It would be towards that direction.
Well, that's where we're thinking about going, right?
I mean, if we're already heading in that direction, I know that there is talk era of seeing if the druids wanted to. I think rendezvous.
Rendezvous.
Sure.
I didn't catch their name, but yeah, something like that. Ron something, yeah.
Swan song.
Ron Swan song.
I think if you wanted to see if the druids are comfortable and maybe if it is even faster for them to fly and check to see if there's any sort of activity while we head that way and possibly even look for Weird on the way.
Yes, I don't want to deviate too far from the path, and time is already of the essence. If the druids weren't during the briefing there last night, I'll flag them all in. Ira's working with haste. She's serious about not wasting time, so she's already packing up, and she's reset out the map, trying to gather the druids.
Yep. The large antler-like horned green tiefling will go ahead and step back through or step into view from the fog. Ah, you all are up early. So, you ready to make haste towards the keep?
Yes. How long would it take you to go fly over, perhaps around the keep and return? Based on that time, we can set a rendezvous point along the path.
Hmm. Could probably get there, do a perimeter, and back maybe an hour, hour and a half. I could take somebody with me if they wanted to come. Maybe two.
Well, take whoever. This is fate of your grove in your hands. Need as much information as we possibly receive. And I'll grab one of those calipers or whatever, I don't know what this stuff is called, but
Hmm.
start tracking based off the speed and how much time, and I'll put a pin on the map where we should rendezvous. Explain the group. We'll follow this path. If we see any signs of weird, we may investigate if it seems promising, but shouldn't take long. We'll meet here in 1 hour. If we're not there, look for signs. We'll leave a trail.
He's like, well, if you're trying to get to, or if you're trying to navigate these woods with that type of accuracy, Louvre should definitely stay by your side then. Keep you safe. Well, keep you hidden. Show you the path. And yeah, I'll scout it out. Look for any tracks, roaming parties. Last night was quiet. I didn't notice anything, but I'll do a perimeter and let you know what I find. I don't know if I'll get too close to the keep itself. I don't want to give away any positioning or anything of that nature, but I'll let you know what we find and rendezvous. Looking at the map, roughly there, about an hour.
Yes, we need to know the number of cultists that still remain, where they might be located, any signs from which we can storm the castle. If there are too many combatants, we'll need a way to sneak in. But look for some sort of latrine or sewer, something that we can sneak in undetected. That is what we ask. Our help.
All right. I'll let you know what I find.
Many thanks.
And you see the antlers kind of, shrink and shape back into the large eagle form that you once saw come barreling through a tree. Take off into the mist. As Louvre will look at you guys. You said Weird was missing?
Yes, the goblin. With the Alicette.
Oh.
Yeah. Showing signs of emotional distress, I would say. Probably just needed to remove themselves from the situation.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, they know how dangerous this place is, so they should know what they're doing, I guess. But we'll keep an eye out. Do you guys need any help tearing down or anything of that nature? Other than that, I'll see if I can find some berries, help us out, and say we're good to go.
I think that'd be wise.
Alrighty.
As long as
Well-
I just give me a moment to finish my prayers, and Axel will complete his morning prayers rapidly.
Rapidly. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Exactly.
And
Amen.
Ira will touch her ring that she just crafted and put it on
Oh, all right.
and attune to it.
What? Alrighty. One of your infusions.
Yeah.
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 Spell infusing ring.
Nice.
Spell refueling ring. I get an extra spell slot.
Nice.
Yay, there you go. That helps out with artificers.
Cormir will sort of brush off his robe, and as he brushes, it begins to polish a little more and more and more as he casts mage armor on himself.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'll remove the infusion from my alchemy jug. That's no longer pouring anything. It's just an empty jug. And I'll touch my sleeve and infuse that. And you'll see me take my arcane firearm and insert it into my sleeve. Another infusion.
Your large gun-shaped stick.
Like I just slid it under my sleeve.
Nice.
But I still have full flexibility. Like it's not even there.
That's crazy.
And I thought I
And
was the
then-
wizard.
But then
There's more.
But wait, there's some
I'll
more.
cast a Gift of Alacrity.
Okay.
Get that?
On yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I need to go first for control. My spells.
Alrighty. Well, as you guys are prepped up, glowing, ready to go, Louvre will come back, and she was able to find another bushel of the aid berries that she picked. So you can all gain an increased hit point maximum of 5 until your next long rest. And then she still has kind of 3 left over. All right. Well, that will probably take us an hour just to meet at the rendezvous point, so we should probably get going. As you
As
good berries.
as we're going,
I'm going to how about some more? You got these other berries. And trying to get all I can for these.
as we are going though, I will go ahead and obviously as you see fit, but I will begin to go ahead and attempt to give an inspiring lecture or speech, as one might say, and provide everyone with 10 temporary HPs after 10 minutes. So if you have things to go on, but as soon as we begin to travel, I will go ahead and start the inspiring leader feat.
Alrighty. Yeah, you go ahead and begin to make your speech, attempting to raise the morale of, what is needed to kill this Cult of the Dragon, rid them from the Crypt Garden Forest for good. Can I get a perception check from everybody?
That was to prepare.
I almost asked if it was based off of hearing, and then I realized that's not this man's.
That is not this man's.
Yes, use your extra long rabbit ears.
Don't tempt me with some rabbit ears.
I think I'm going to prepare pyrotechnics. If
11.
we do need a diversion.
I like it.
By the way,
Just in case.
you see Ira pack like fireworks into her pouch. These are the spell components.
Oh,
Oh.
spell components.
Alrighty.
Is 8-berry just a druid spell, by the way?
No, Aidberry is something that grows naturally in this forest.
Mm.
You
It's
have
the-
aid.
Yeah, it's the spell aid plus the spell good berry in one easy, convenient pill.
Mm.
I thought it was just a flavor of aid.
No, like Haterade.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I'll do that for mine.
Alright.
Kool-Aid berry.
Yes.
Anyone who rolled a perception check of 15 or higher,
23 good enough?
Nope.
23 is good enough. You do notice kind of nestled by the trunk of one of the trees. Weird, sitting down with their book open, just staring into it.
Oh, weird.
I will go sit next to them.
They never left. Went to the woods for a little wee.
As you get close to them with your passive perception, well, I guess really passive investigation too, you notice that they don't seem to acknowledge you getting close to it all. You sit down next to them, and they're almost catatonic like as they're just staring into their book. Glancing down at the pages for even just a split second, you see in giant writing in common, "I'm still here." And you see like 4 slash marks that kind of just run across the page diagonally. If you stare at it a little bit longer, you notice more and more slash marks can just kind of appear in ink just kind of around it until it starts to slowly cover the entire page. Some of them start to disappear, other slash marks reappear other places as it's constantly moving.
On seeing something odd going on, I'm gonna call Axel over like instantly, and then I'm gonna poke Weird.
You give them a slight poke, and that doesn't seem to do anything. They're still breathing. You can still see their chest move. They're still alive and well, but they're just motionless, void almost.
Is that their normal book?
They've had it for a while, but I don't know that I've seen them read it.
And the writing is in common? Is that
Yes,
right?
correct.
It says, "I'm still here."
Hmm.
Are their eyes moving at all, or just fixated on the page?
Their eyes, as you stare at them, they are open, unblinking, and it seems like there's almost like some type of haze over them. You can still kind of make out to it, but almost like they have like a little bit of cataracts or something. It's just a little cloudy.
Um, does Weird have like long nails that would match the scratching in the book? Or would they maybe look more like the wounds that Eric would have had?
Weird does have the long fingernails of a musician, but they don't seem sharp. These, slashes or gashes seem, claw-like in nature.
Did they happen to match any sort of pattern that maybe was seen on Eric, as we would have seen Eric's body be taken away by Red?
Roll investigation.
Okay. Big number. Oh, 19 minus 1 for an 18.
All right. The number of claws and kind of the distance between them do seem similar.
Did And I look to Arturus and Axel. In your time that you are a group with the Fenkin, I believe his name was, did he ever come in contact with this book? I mean, I saw Fenkin's paws, and I didn't think that. I mean, rabbits have small claws if they even have them, I think. But these claw marks look like sort of the same marks that Eric had.
Yeah. Weird was also always a bit secretive with this book. This situation has me pretty worried.
It certainly seems stranger than their usual. And then Axel, oh, I know. I grab Weird's worm pouch and I fish out a worm and I dangle a worm in front of Weird. If anything's gonna do it, I feel like it's that.
What is that?
Breakfast. As you go ahead and grab a worm pouch, kind of dangle it in front of his face, you're able to distract them, break vision, or something. Weird will jolt awake. Look, oh, where am I? Oh, I'm still here. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, hey, everyone. Then they'll quickly shut the book.
Quick question. Where did you go?
I had a strange dream that Fenkin was leading me somewhere. I couldn't tell exactly where I was. Everything was kind of hazy, but he told me he found it. And then he guided me to, I don't know what it was, some dark portal. He just kind of pointed it and said, "Look, do you see it?" And then you woke me up.
Does that mean anything to you?
No, well, no. I mean, it kind of looks similar to. Listen, I told you guys that I kind of talk to ghosts, right? Well, sometimes I kind of peer into the other side, and it looks similar to that place, but I don't know what that means. Um, anyone can roll me a history check if you are proficient.
Oh boy.
26.
13.
18.
18. All right. With an 18 and a 26. You can tell that they are describing the ethereal plane, different from the Shadowfell, the Feywild, or most other planes. It's like an in-between type space where things kind of still reflect the natural world, but become a little hazy. With a 26, Ira, you would know that there are layers to this place as well. The deeper you go into the ethereal, the more, hazy, chaotic it becomes. And at least at the thin level, that there are some portals in the ethereal plane that are rumored to slip into kind of some of the inner planes, the planes of fire, earth, air, water. Seeing what they were talking about, this may have been a portal deeper on the deep ethereal, and it's unknown where those go.
Do you know of which you speak of? I mean, the ethereal plane is a potential door to many other planes, which I don't know if you can come back from.
Well, if you're talking about the ghost world, no, I've never been there. Just kind of look at that place. Well, whatever it was, Fenton, he seemed happy that he found it.
Fenton, that was the fellow
Yep.
that we buried.
Mm-hmm. That's the one.
That was a fey creature if I've ever seen one. Did they have experience with these portals? They come from the fey? Wild.
He did come from the Feywild. I don't know if he knows how or he got here. Maybe that's what it was. I couldn't see what it was actually through the portal.
Well, this place seems connected to the Fae. It must be some of the pollen of the plants in this area rubbing off on you. I wouldn't go too much further.
You saying it wasn't real?
Suppose anything is possible, but I mean, your pal Fenkin's passed. Buried him.
Yeah.
Weird. Did you write in that book the words "I'm still here"?
No.
Tell me about this book.
Oh boy. Well, found this book from some traveler who was on his way to the I think they said Candlekeep. I don't know what it was exactly, but it seems special. I mean, I use it as my little spell book, my little journal book. I keep notes of all the ghosts I've talked to, and sometimes when I read it, I hear whispers. That's all I
Okay.
really know, but
Nothing too menacing.
What?
well, yeah. There are also
But you don't hear whispers? I hear whispers.
yeah, I hear
Sure you're
whispers
not-
all the time.
Sure, you're not speaking of your thoughts and your conscience. I
No,
know
no.
this might be new for you. You do seem quite civilized.
Okay, robot boy. No, I know my own thoughts. These are like different than other people, and then sometimes they're super quiet. Sometimes it's like they're scream whispering. I don't know how to describe it, but no, I was just sometimes I just open the book and meditate on it to try to hear what the whispers are saying. But I think the thing that's been following me, the thing that got Fenkin, I think it has something to do with this.
Heem, I'm gonna need 10 minutes. I'd like to. I know we're in a hurry, but I owe Weird a lot. So I'm gonna cast Identify.
So you've cast Identify previously on this book, just trying to get
I did.
the overall view of it.
Wow.
But that was with the book closed. If you want to start to kind of peruse the pages, see if you can get more of an idea what's going on here. I'll allow that.
At a risk of derailing the entire night, I guess I'll do it. Hope that's okay with folks.
Ship it.
Here for it. I mean, honestly, weird is I'm more loyal to Weird than to the druids at this point.
It's about equal.
Yeah, our new compatriots are like,
Are we saving people?
We were meeting these druids in an hour.
We
I
cast
literally
We have
literally mapped
reservations.
all night. Can I cast Identify as a ritual on the back of a horse?
Yeah.
You just need your hands free, right?
There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, horse has a saddle on it. You can stirrup up. Yeah,
They just cast levitate on you and let you do your.
I don't. You can. You
I'm
can
just
walk
being
and cast.
pulled in the air behind a horse.
Exactly.
Casting.
Let's need to make a ritual circle.
How does that say?
Just move.
The horse trips a little bit. You drop a look like, oh shit! Hold on.
Oh, shit.
Restart the whole 10 minutes.
I
Restart
was
the
almost
clock.
there.
Dang it. So after you open this book and you start identifying it closer and closer. Give me a second. You start to feel first thing you get is some necrotic energy that's coming out of it. As you kind of flip through the pages, identifying, trying to make out some of the arcane weave that surrounds this. It seems to be locked peeled behind layers. As you slowly make through it, the book appears to be, at least start out as a diary of some sorts. Diary of an aspiring wizard that has turned to some darker magics. Start to discover more and more rituals, experiments that they were kind of dabbling with, and some of them, a lot of them, were about either bringing people to the dead, back from the dead, and then a fascination about souls. Seems like a lot of time, hundreds of years worth of magic would have had been kind of put into this, or this would have been like a close, personal journal of whoever was in charge of these. And you can kind of see some half written spells of what you would know to be praise dead, speak with dead, magic jar, some things of that nature. And you're able to determine that this book was written by an individual named Vance Marvolo. And as you start to peel back more and more, you feel kind of the darkness, some weird, just kind of wisps of energy start to try to latch out at you and almost try to connect with you. You're able to keep it off at bay, but this book would be more than just an enduring spell book. This would be what some might call a journal or a tome of ill omen. It is sentient. It is evil. And that's all you can really get after kind of 10 minutes. You could try to attune, as Weird has, but you have a feeling you don't want to do that. You're not sure what comes with that, but seeing as what Weird has kind of endured and gone through, probably not the smartest idea.
All right, I like snap to, like sweating a little bit. Weird.
Yeah.
What if I were to tell you that this book was no good for you?
I mean, I would say it hasn't killed me yet, but what do you mean?
Um, as best I can tell, this is a tome of ill omen.
That's not the best name for it. I would say
Yeah.
maybe it's like, Whisper Book or something like that.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bad shit in a row.
It's what you would consider hot in the magical terms.
Yeah, and necrotic. Let me
Oh,
put it this way. Somebody wrote this, and that person was obsessed with powerful dark magic. Possibly I've heard of this before with wizards that become obsessed with living forever. And whatever was in there that I just experienced tried to, as best I can describe, latch on to my essence.
you think that's what I call it, the thing of the night? It's like a shadow creature that kind of follows me around. Killed my entire.
Did it start when you got this book?
Yeah, around that time, yeah, shortly after.
Yeah, then I would guess that that's exactly what it is.
What? We just throw it in the fire, get rid of it?
That's not always like going to work with magical items, especially ones as powerful as this, from people who are obsessed with staying alive. They usually have some sort of protection for that. Axel, would, if we made it to a temple, would the priests there know what to do with something like this? This thing seems pretty anti-Lathander, if I do say so myself.
It certainly seems like something it needs to be destroyed. Uh, the priest would have a better idea than I would, but I mean, these are the same priests we're worried might not be able to raise our friends. So I'm not sure they're going to be the ultimate answer, but they could probably point us the right direction.
I think you should let me hang on to it, and we'll take care of it as best we can.
I can hold on to it, and then you can just watch me. If that's cool. And he kind of just reaches his hand out for it. It hasn't killed me yet.
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
like test a theory here and just give a stern no. I'm going to hang on to it.
Artis is one of those wizards that Artis was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This is like Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Right.
Artis is Boromir.
He weird seems taken aback, almost hurt. He's like, "Oh, no, it's mine. You don't trust me?
I want to like final test to see if they're gonna freak out about this whole situation, like attack me. I'm gonna put it in my bag.
Are we on the road, or are we all standing around Arteris because he was taking 10 minutes to do?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No, yeah,
We're just
you're
all
on
like, Woo! Get him!
Yeah,
Get
you,
him!
you,
There's
you
a
are
line
all
in the sand.
you are all on
Kura
horseback.
pushes a button and starts beatboxing.
You're all on horseback, and Weird has like kind of like saddled up or rode up close to try to get that book back. And Artist, as you put it away, Weird says, "Finnegan's in there. I need to get him out."
I just, fair enough, and I'll hand it over. It doesn't seem like it's forcing them to be attuned to it, which I like. So we'll just kind of let it ride.
And you see Weird start to relax a little bit now that they've got it back. All right. No more wandering off. I get that. All right. Thanks. Maybe I didn't realize how bad it was, but
Just come get me. I'll watch over you as you try to get Finken out of there. Or if there's a way I can go in with you, I'll gladly help any way I can.
deal. Thank you. Alrighty. Go ahead and take a point of inspiration,
Mm.
and we will continue on to the rendezvous point.
The rendezvous.
Rendezvous.
Devoir.
You guys do meet up with Daroth in the spot. He's notes how it, took you a little bit longer than expected. Wanted to make sure you didn't have any, run-ins with the forest. But from what I could see, there's been no movement around the perimeter of the keep. So that to me spells one of two things. One, they're ready. They're putting up a last fight for us. And this will be, they're going to pull out all the stops. Or they're not there anymore. But if they are ready and waiting for us, we probably shouldn't go through the main gate on the south. So we can either go towards the back, or there's more of those catacomb things around the western side of it. We might be able to kind of sneak in and inch our way closer, more or less. But I guess I'll leave that up to the mastermind warlord, woman with a plan.
Not one cultist was seen. Just get eyes on one, we would
I'll be around, but I think it might be a little bit better if they don't know who or what is all here. And I will go ahead and take a deep breath, and when I exhale, I turn invisible, and I will use my free use of invisibility.
Are we close enough to be doing that stuff?
Can be.
I don't know if that's like a
Say
once a day
right,
thing.
right now
Fine.
you're like an hour out, but if you wanted to, wait until you got closer,
Yeah.
maybe 5 minutes out, you guys get closer and closer to this keep,
That
and
really
then
lasts for an hour.
you see Cormier disappear. Luvre will look around. Are you doing something? Cormier?
They're hiding.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Just
Put my arm around the space.
just
Or where what stood.
right. It's still there. Hasn't even moved. Ow.
Lose concentration.
Shit.
Oh, dang it.
No, just if they're preparing for the worst, I'm also preparing for the worst.
Yes, I think regardless, we should go the western route and sneak in. If they're not there, no harm done. Start looking for tracks immediately. If they are there, I don't want to get caught in open field.
Gotcha. As you get closer to the keep, you do start to see tracks that kind of lead in a direction that's kind of parallel, or I guess perpendicular to the way that you're going, but parallel to the keep itself, as it seems to be maybe one of the patrol paths similar to, or maybe even the same group that you guys took out just the day before. But that is the only tracks that you're able to find as you come across the outer walls of this stronghold. The walls and kind of the buildings themselves have been constructed out of the same kind of whitewood trees that the forest is made out of. The resilient timber known for its pale luminescence and strength. The stronghold walls blend into the surrounding woods. Over centuries, the elements have kind of weathered, and the surfaces are giving way to a little silvery sheen. That as the what little bits of sunlight hit these walls, kind of give off a little glint. Roll a group stealth check.
I'm so good at stealth. It's just criminal.
Do you still want me to roll?
Beyond,
Yeah, you can roll with advantage.
I think I'm having a coughing fit.
Coughing.
Coffee.
Well, thank God for advantage.
I had disadvantage with my armor.
19.
18
All right. 19, 18,
with
13.
disadvantage.
13.
All right. Arturus.
5.
Cool.
You're so stealthy, bro.
Got any more of those
Like a
invisibilities?
disadvantage roll on a nat 20.
Why are you guys being so quiet?
I didn't prepare invisibility. I didn't think about it.
I always prepare invisibility. That's my secret cap.
Kind of your thing.
Right.
Alrighty. You guys are still within the outskirts of the camp. To your knowledge, unseen, as you're able to still or you're able to make out these little like I keep wanting to say catacombs, just kind of like little structures. Like imagine the Coco, that little room with all the guitar where they got all that stuff, or the Day of the Dead. I think
The
catacombs-
adobe?
The
Oh.
adobe.
Yeah,
Catacomb
Frenda.
mausoleum.
The mausoleum. Yeah.
Mausoleum.
Frenda.
Yeah.
That's
not it.
Yes,
That's what it's called.
Take your devil box.
You
I love
know.
that movie.
It's really good.
So good.
But yeah, you're able to kind of make it through some of these, and each one kind of represents or has like a little banner or a symbol of which you can only assume to be maybe a different kind of family crest. But as you get close enough to the main building of the stronghold, you can definitely see that the architecture is a marvel of elven design. There's graceful arches and then even some intricate carvings that kind of depict the storied history of the elven people. Still a lot of moss overgrowth that has taken over this place. Will kind of gives an idea of how long it's been abandoned. At the center of the stronghold, you see almost like a garden sanctuary. It's a large circular space that have some like flowers that are even like almost luminescent and glowing, similar to the ones that you saw in the clearing, although not as massive or infused with with that energy that's going on there, but definitely fey in nature. If Fenkin was here, he'd be able to tell you that some of these are moonflowers that reveal a twilight like soft sky. Some of these are star blossoms that kind of mirror the stars in the sky, and then kind of some longer, almost thistle-like ferns, whisper ferns, sway gently, emitting almost like a soft melodic sound. And surrounding the garden is a series of maybe 7 or so little reflection pools in this area. But behind this, you see the main stronghold, and throughout the garden, some of the entryways, you see bodies of cultists laying on the ground. And that is where we will end this session.
What?
I see dead
Can't believe-
people.
Can't believe we got there before they woke up.
Yeah.
Easy prey.
Caught him sleeping. Let's go.
Coup de grace! Coup de grace!
Coupe de Grace.
I think it is actually pronounced grace. Grass. Coup de grace.
Coup de grace.
Cut the
Rendezvous.
grass.
Cut the
Coup de
grass.
Cut the grass.
AKA their neck. Thank you guys so
Can I
much for
harvest them for parts?
exactly. Spoken like a true kobold. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. This episode is sponsored by the one and only Adventure Dice. So make sure to head over to adventuredice.ca and use code JBruce for 10% off. And as something that's exciting and new, we have a new sponsor as well of the channel, Snacks for Gamers. The link is down below, and you can go ahead and get all sorts of snacks, whether it be jerky, sour gummies, and all other kinds of candy. So make sure to go over there and use code JBruce, and that does give you 10% off your order. And obviously some of that gets kicked back to me. You guys will see me around a little bit more often on the channel, starting to pick up a bit of a fuller swing, and trying to make some money doing some streaming again instead of trying to get a part-time job. So if you guys are able to help in any sort of capacity, feel free to go down below and hit that tip button, and all of that will go into paying off some debt and make it so I don't have to get a second job, because that's not fun, and that reduces the amount of time I get to stream. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week with another episode of We Run the Dungeon. Have a wonderful night, guys.